Hello and welcome into the channel, Paramay Trades. This is Paramay's Trade Journal, my private market speculating journal, online edition, YouTube edition. And I'm sharing it with you. On the 26th, it's Sunday. Markets are getting ready to open, and we're getting ready for another trading week. The upcoming week looking really good. A lot of good news, a lot of positive influence, at least from the our commercial interest report coming out on Friday. So we're going to cover the metals. And we'll just go through the chart. We're just going to hop right into it. Buzzing straight along, and let's just get it done. We did just finish the report on the indexes, so after this, if you want to check that out, go ahead. But there they are. All looking pretty bullish. So let's drop down to the metals, and what can you say? They're all looking pretty good, with the exception of copper, but I think copper is still one to watch. We're stacked. I mean, we're stacked this week on plenty of good things to play with the amount of volatility that's going on in the market. So platinum looking really good. Set in higher net long positions from commercial interest on the 6-month index. Not as supportive on the 3-year index, but I think as a swing trader, as an intraday trader, I think this index probably serves you a little bit better. And we were following gold last week, and we were playing gold, and they're looking pretty appetizing here too. So not really, they're actually increasing their positions a little bit from last week, but just not really letting up. And it's a bullish chart, folks. 3-year index, we talked about this once before, probably several times before. Comms looking like they're getting slaughtered here on the 3-year index, but their tune is starting to change a little bit here as they push out of the 20% range on the 3-year index. So what does that mean? It just means on the 3-year index that they've been more bullish than they are now. They've held more net long or significantly more net long positions further back at the beginning of this bull run than they do now. So 57,000 versus negative 280. So net short. We're calling these are your net short positions. So extremely bullish when this this uptrend started, but that was that was a long time ago. So the 3-year index not working out into our favor because maybe we're getting to the tail end of this bull run. Who knows? But the 6-month index really working out in our favor here. Anything over 80, commercial interest, extremely bullish. Anything under 20 is extremely bearish. And we just can't, looks like they were just getting killed on the 3-year, so we're paying attention to the 6. Alright, so we're watching them all. They all look good. They're all in the green on the 6-month index, so let's take a look at the charts. Palladium looking down here. This is looking really, really good on the 3-year index. So quite a shift in sentiment and still holding at this point in time. So better prices. So yeah, you got deep pockets who play them, but I think this is probably the reason why I didn't put this in TOS, but we'll put it in TOS for all you guys who like rolling the dice. All right, so what we got? We just looked at RTY, right? So let's look at gold. As always, it should go without saying. When comms are getting bullish, open interest is relatively low. WPR is in the oversold range. We like to see market sentiment a little bit lower, but one of the newer indicators, or it's just something we like to follow to look for extremes to see where we want to get into some buying opportunities with aggressive bullish buying by commercial interest, and again open interest relatively lower, diminishing, and with WPR relatively low and in that oversold territory. We like to see that diminishing market sentiment. So this was there was the look for there. So that's that. Commercial is not really giving up too much ground on gold. So still looking like a pretty darn bullish chart. Maybe we'll dive down into the lower time frames. Let's just take a quick look. There's our 2 chart. And here's what I was looking with. So just trying to quickly eyeballing. Okay, is there areas of support and resistance well known, and what's the risk reward outlook going on here. So readjusted our uptrend line so that we've got this, this uptrend look, this channel that we can work with. Pretty decent point of control hanging out in here. And then again up here underneath the point of control. So is this giving an indication of a little bit of breakdown? We talked about this in our gold chart. We thought that this was a really good area, a really good buying opportunity area, because of something that we were looking at on the daily time frame. So we got our daily 1 year look back, and we just really like this. So we establish our zero coefficient with this very long uptrend. Good time to be a seller up over the 1.0 and well, we didn't establish this until much later, but we saw a breakdown here. And that's neither here or there, right? But good point of control, right? Now that we have the established uptrend, and now we've got the angle, something to look at. Good point of control. A lot of trading happening on point of control. Good area of confluence down here near at the zero coefficient, and then again on the point of control. So we break above it, we get a little whip, find support, and then great area to be a seller, right? On zero or on the 1.0 coefficient twice, and into well-known or into resistance. So we found resistance here, we came back up, and we found it again. So good opportunity, better opportunity to take shorts on the daily time frame, the 1 year look back on the 1.0 coefficient. So when we traded excessively outside of this uptrend channel, and that was where the buying opportunity was, and we saw where commercial interest was at this point. So we break back into the channel, we find resistance again in the same area. A lot of trading happening on the point of control. We break down, and then here comes the zero coefficient into play again. Good opportunity to be a buyer, right into well-known support area. So support, resistance, flip to support. We lose it, and we gain it, right? So just, good, a lot of things working in our favor in the support area on the zero coefficient. Good place to be a buyer. So what were we looking at so now we've got this, this daily uptrend established. And when we drill down into the lower time frames, what we thought was really just an excellent opportunity was the point of control from the daily uptrend. Is it a good point of control? Yeah, looks pretty good back here. A little bit of trading happening in here. We lose the point of control. We find a little bit of support on it. It tries to find a little bit of support on the zero coefficient, but it's just too much market pressure. Just too much panic, too much selling. So we break back up into it. A lot of trading happening, in that resistance area, and then again on the point of control on the daily uptrend. And then, there's that support look that we found from this, this previous cluster that we found confluence here and the zero coefficient. So we're validating this uptrend channel from the 1 year. And it looked pretty darn good. A little bit of resistance going on in and lo and behold, right? Here it is. So here's where we found resistance previously, right? And this was on the 1.0. On the 1.0 again, in this area. And then we just, we can't get above this. So we trade a little bit lower, not uncommon, right? And we finally bust out. Again, more confluence on the zero coefficient before we finally break out, find a little bit of support on it temporarily, and before it breaks down. So point of control looking pretty good. Now we have a new established uptrend. So point of control and zero coefficient of the 1 hour uptrend. Great opportunity. Here's that support level. Here's the point of control on the daily. And now the newly established uptrend on the 1 hour. Just a great place for a buying opportunity. So we went with the long scalp here. So now we're getting a lot of trading happening again on that zero coefficient. Can this break higher, or is this getting ready to break down? I'm going to tell you, I don't know that I would really want to be chasing as a buyer up here, but it definitely could come up and challenge the highs, and then I would be looking to be. I got to think that there may be some aggressive selling that may happen up in this area before we cut down a little bit, but we had a little bit of scalp breakdown when we saw this 1 hour point of control kind of being contended with, and we are trading a little bit lower now. So aggressive at first, above the point of control, but now better buying opportunities near the zero, underneath the point of control, and still looks pretty good. Still looks like a darn bullish chart. I'm trading so high up in the 1 year uptrend channel. I'm just so high up in this channel, so I just get the opportunity to get some really good, buying opportunities down on the zero coefficient on the point of control, and this is one we took. So, boy, that was a little long-winded. I know we're looking at commercial interest here, so let's just get moving along. And that's a separate video. It really is. It really is, because you really get into that chart, but not overthinking it. It just looks bullish. It looks bullish. Because it is bullish. Silver. Let's take a look at silver real quick. Let's bring up our CoT. Let's bring up a 3 chart here. Where are you, 3? Right here. Yeah. Silver looking like the indexes, right? Looking like the indexes right now. Looking like the NASDAQ. Trading up over 50. Yeah, about 618, yeah. Just about to the tick on the 618, but COM's really bullish on silver right now. And this could be potentially looking at a rebound here. I'll find support up in this area, quite possibly. Cooled off a little bit. Probably a better opportunity to be a buyer down in here, right? With WPR cooling off, COM's as bullish as they are. Market sentiment really not helping us out that much, but the metals looking really, really positive from commercial interest. So where are we going to meet? Where are we going to meet some resistance for the first time on silver? Or have we already met it? Up in this area. Right at that pivot. So a little sideways trading for it, break up, quite possibly, but COMs are really bullish here. Until otherwise, chart looks pretty good. So watch your lower time frames. We do have a little bit of a breakdown going, but this is just a better buying opportunity. Good opportunity to be a buyer down here. Up against resistance, we break it, and then into this cluster. A little bit of breakdown. See if we can get a different pivot working with this uptrend channel at some point, and then maybe our point of control starts to shift and starts to look a little bit different. So now that we've got something else I don't really want to clear that out, but now that we've got something else to work with. Does that point of control make sense? A little bit. Still gives us an indication that we were at some point trading quite higher over this point of control, but now we're trading some better buying opportunities down here. And where are we getting a swing? Is this thing going to swing here and get some more upside? Bouncing off that technical test. So a little bit of price correction. Technical test, can we go higher? Underneath the point of control, better opportunity to be buyer, but watch for the breakdown. All right, we're going to move along here. This is just commercial interest. We can do separate charts. Did we look at gold? We did. We did look at gold. We didn't look at platinum. Oh boy, what a mess. What a mess. What a mess this chart is. Yeah, it's a lot of sideways action trading with platinum for a while. Good amount of, a lot of excessive trading down here. Huge impulse coming off of this candle. And that looked pretty appetizing. So where are we now? Looks like we're breaking out of this minor downtrend, this minor price correction to the downside, and we came back into this cluster. We tested, and away we went. So up over the 0.25 coefficient. Com's still holding a pretty positive outlook on, and we've talked about this before with platinum. We've talked about this before. Comms seem to be in the right area at the right time. Open interest relatively high. I mean, blazing up in here. Comms are getting bearish in the 6-month and a 3-year index, and then this was your top. It would just happen that way, but we like to see that combination. Same thing here. Comms getting really bullish on this, and open interest relatively lower, diminishing, and then WPR in the oversold territory. I mean, that was the time to be a buyer. That was the time to be a buyer. So, is this thing going to oscillate a little bit and find some kind of equilibrium that we can work with? Look like coiling up just a little bit. We'll see. Comps still holding really bullish, but open interest relatively. I mean, you could consider this as open interest being relatively low in the context of the last year. So, I mean, this still looks pretty darn good. And this is the lowest it was within the last year. Traded through that, well through that, and then up and into that previous low. So a little bit more retrace. We'll see. We'll do a different video on that if the crowd calls for it. So, boy, our I think we're really hammering the computer today. We got quite a few things open. So we did gold. We looked at. We want to look at palladium. I'll just look at PA real quick. Up into that 618 area and a little bit of retrace, but yeah, I'm still bullish. Open interest relatively low. WPR is pretty low as well. All right, I'm exhausted. I'm getting ready for the market open here. 20 minutes is a little bit too long. If you want individual analysis on the different metals, then stop in the Discord channel, because I post my charts in there, and it's just sometimes it gets a little too lengthy to do every single commodity. There's just too many. There's just too many. So that's your commercial interest for you. The metals, just like the indexes, all looking pretty good. So lots of green going on here with commercial interest, and the charts have showed it with the rebound that's been happening and the price correction that's been happening. Gold super bullish. Platinum and silver looking pretty bullish. So stop in the Discord channel. Jack Community Discord app, where you can use the web-based version. The server address is listed in the description. Just copy and paste it. Stop in, send me a direct message, say hello, and welcome to the group. Thanks for stopping in. We really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you like it, or the like button, or just leave a comment. We really enjoy those things. And I don't know if I noted in this channel or in this video or not that it's possible that we might be trading or changing the name of the channel to Trade Instinct. You'll still be journaling with Paramay, but we might be changing that up a little bit. So just forewarning. So thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you find yourself on the profitable side of the trade. I'll see you again on the next video.